917. Could a 500-year-old manifesto have clues to help women gain more power in the modern workplace? Stacey Vanek Smith says Machiavelli's The Prince could offer women the insight they need to be more calculating in their careers to get the things they deserve.
Smith hosts NPR's The Indicator from Planet Money. She's the author of Machiavelli for Women. Defend your worth, grow your ambition, and win the workplace. She joins us this morning. Thanks for being with us.
Good morning.
Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here.
So for the average person who might not know what we know the name Machiavelli from, talk about how that comes up and how it applies today.
Yes. So I think a lot of people have pretty negative associations with Machiavelli, understandably so. But I think the thing that Machiavelli really offers, and I think the reason his work has endured for so long, is that he looked at sort of the relationships, specifically power relationships, in a really kind of analytical way. He took emotion out of it and kind of looked at how to get where you want to get in a kind of a tactical way, almost like he was playing chess.
Yeah, so our first point here is that you say women are punished when they ask for more. So what do they do about it?
Yes, that is very true. So one of the things that happens is when a woman asks for a raise, let's say, or a man asks for a raise, it's not perceived in the same way. Often the woman will be looked at as aggressive or maybe asking for too much, maybe greedy, whereas a man, even if he doesn't get the raise, will often be kind of admired for asking for more. So I think obviously women still do need to ask for more. Women are paid less than men are. This has been going on for many, many decades. And so what I propose is that women ask in a way that kind of tries to minimize the backlash that women will often get for asking for a raise. And the way to do that, I lay out several possibilities in the book, but one of the ways to do that is to do it in a way that makes it less of a face-off situation, like a little bit less high noon, a little bit more like painting a picture of your future at the company.
Okay, and how about this idea that women get interrupted and talked over and have their ideas stolen more often? Does that really still happen a lot?
Oh, yeah. There was a really amazing study of the Supreme Court, specifically the female justices at the Supreme Court, and women were interrupted 3 times more often than men were, including Ruth Bader Ginsburg, and some very famous justices were interrupted. Not only by the other lawyers, but by the other justices, but by lawyers arguing cases, which they're not supposed to do, actually. But yeah, they provided transcripts. It's really fascinating.
Huh.
You mentioned the gender pay gap and how it's become stuck. And I wonder if at the root of this is that thinking about penalizing women for being moms. And if the old-fashioned thinking was, well, they're going to leave, or they have a husband, how do they counter that?
I think that's probably the single biggest factor in the pay gap is childcare. And certainly we saw this during the pandemic. So many women dropped out of the workforce for childcare and family care issues. Women will choose jobs, careers, they will hang back from promotions because they want flexibility in their schedules. And up until now, that hasn't really been a possibility. A lot of times there was a lot of stigma attached to remote work, working from home. Employers didn't offer a lot of flexibility. I do think that's changing with the pandemic. I'm very hopeful about that aspect of it, but you're right. That was probably the single biggest aspect to the pay gap and a lot of the other issues women have at work.
One of the power tips you have, it sounds basic, but this is interesting to me, that you make it women specific. You say always get the truth, even if it hurts. Are women most likely not likely to ask for the truth and kind of avoid confrontation at all costs? Is that what that means?
I mean, I think it's human to kind of avoid bad things, but I also think you're right that women are often raised to or conditioned to back away from conflict, to avoid conflict. And if there's an issue at work, for instance, you're just not getting a promotion that you feel like you should have gotten, or you discover you're getting paid less than someone, that's going to necessitate a probably pretty uncomfortable conversation with your boss. And that can sometimes be harder for women than men for a bunch of reasons. But you're right. I think it can be especially hard for women to ask those questions and to get those difficult truths.
Well, Stacey, thank you. You can follow Stacey on Twitter and her website. The book is Machiavelli for Women. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Stacey.
Thank you. It was such a pleasure.